At our last round of Can-Am Grand National Cross Country Racing, the Yamahas jumped out early, but yielded to the duo of Adam McGill and Chris Borich. After 2 hours of combat, Borich made the moves that mattered most, taking a clutch victory in dramatic fashion. More great racing next.
Playing in the dirt, face full of mud, sacrificing flesh and blood. Playing in the dirt, digging in the ground. All I'm asking you, where you gonna be when it all goes down, 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 down?
Well, hello everyone, and welcome once again to Racer TV, covering the 2009 Can-Am Grand National Cross Country Series. I'm your host, Jason Wygant. Today, we're back to the ATVs. It's the Achereby's Loretta Lynn's GNCC at Loretta Lynn Ranch in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. This is the longest running event on our tour. This racetrack has all sorts of obstacles for the riders, a little bit of motocross mixed in with lots of ups and downs, even some mud. But really, it doesn't matter what terrain we're on this year. We've seen the cream rise to the top. A great battle last time we raced, with Chris Borich and Adam McGill going right down to the final corners to settle that one, and Bill Balance filling in the number 3 position. So before we get racing today, let's talk to those 3 contenders about racing here at Loretta's.
Yeah, we're here at Loretta's, and it's kind of a home track for us, so we're looking to go out there and have a good race. Come off of 2 third-place races, so it's time to move up a little bit. We're starting to feel a little bit better and getting a little more healthy. Got some stuff figured out about the bike. The new Yamaha is working great, so every week I just feel like I'm getting a little stronger and a little stronger. So this is where I kicked it off last year and started a good charge and started a win streak. So hopefully this year we're healed up enough and can go out there and dig down and pull out a win here today and get something started for the season.
Well, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting today. So hopefully we can pull out a win streak and start here today. It's one of the biggest rounds, and it'd definitely be cool to win this one. I've never won this race. I've never done really any good here since I've started. So it'd definitely be kind of cool to come out on top, especially at the Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch.
This track's always a good track. Last year, me and Bill Balance had a battle basically right to the end. We had a couple bad things go wrong. We got stuck on a hill and we came from the back and caught up. And like I said, we battled right down to the finish. But this place is always a great track to race at, and looking forward to it today.
At the beginning of the season, defending series champ Bill Balance was struggling with cancer. He's recovered from that. He's gotten third at the last 2 races. Unfortunately, the riders that have beaten him the last 2 rounds, Chris Borich, Adam McGill, well, those are the guys that have challenged him for the championship the last couple of years. So Balance knows he's going to have to do better than third. He's going to need to string together a couple of wins to get back in the points chase. Let's go down to the starting line for the Achereby's Loretta Lynn's GNCC and see if Bill Balance can do just that.
It's really unbelievable, and quite a compliment towards Bill Balance's character to believe that he's even in these races and in this championship hunt. Had cancer, had to have some ribs removed. He is back to take on guys like Chris Borich, Don Ackerman, Adam McGill. There you see Bill just happy to be at the races. Admits he's not 100% physically fit yet, but he's got smarts and he knows where to save energy and when to charge, and that can overcome a lot. Sometimes age and treachery overcomes youth and skill, especially in 2 hours of racing on a torturous off-road track like this. It's time to go racing here at Loretta Lynn Ranch, the longest running and perhaps most prestigious event on the tour. And we are underway. Into the first turn we go. On the inside, whoa, we got a pile up on the outside, and that's Taylor Kaiser and Adam McGill and Brian Cook, all front runners in this series, tangled up, while Tyler Lennon, young kid out of Pennsylvania, grabs the whole shot. And look at the dust that guys like McGill and Ackerman and Borich are going to have to deal with coming through traffic. Brandon Summers, Brian Cook. Man, it's almost like we ran in an inverted start and took the points leaders and put them at the back. Dwayne Johnson, Chris Bithell coming through next, and there's Bill Balance with a good start. More energy being saved by the champ, while the contenders have to come from the back. The number 11, Ryan Lane, there right in front of Balance. And you see all the lines out here. There might not be another track on this tour that has as many lines as this event. Racing here so long, they've all tried to figure out the fast way up this hill through the years. And look at this pack. This is awesome, man. This is why you got to come to one of these races. Find a spot in the woods, bring your chair down, and enjoy an afternoon of watching the best ATV riders in the world. Tyler Lenning leading all those riders right now. There's Dwayne Johnson, balancing the third, then Lane and Bithell. That's your top 5, and they have broken away. Bithell, it's the first good start I've seen that guy get in years. He is not known for his starts, but when the contenders pile up in turn 1, that helps. You got Gallagher and Yoakley, then Pickens. Here's the freight train. McGill, Borich, McClure, and then Kaiser. How long will they be back there? I would venture not very long. You got Sturdivant, Cook, and Brandon Summers coming through next. And Santo DeRisi, who was upside down in that first turn. So good to see everyone is up and running. How about Tyler Lenning? He's going to run with this. $250 already from MotorcycleUSA.com for grabbing the whole shot. He is actually the nephew of Tracy Checo, who is our 6-time women's class champion. So that's a racing family there, and he's doing them proud up front. Won't see much messing around from this group. Good opportunity for McClure to try to hitch a ride there in the number 10 and work his way to the front with Borich and McGill, the guys who were 1-2 at the last race. Look at balance, now being pressured by Bithell, and Lane dropping back to that number 5 spot. But basically, you keep in touch with the leaders and you're in good shape. So that is what Lenning is trying to do. Make sure these guys cannot keep in touch with him. It's so easy to ride following someone. It's a lot harder when they build up a little bit of a gap. So he's going to take a chance and try to pull away early on. But he's wide open woods here at Loretta's. They can still get a look at him. And you can see Johnson now in that number 2 spot is closed back in on Lenning. And Bithell trying to make moves on balance. Lane, young rider out of Indiana, right there. Well, we mentioned the family affair, and there we go. They're pointing out lines for Lenning, and everyone else, not so much. We'll see if it pays off. Stay tuned. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, Yamaha, and by Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. So Tyler Lenning continues to lead here. Spectators all over the place watching Bill Balance, who has climbed to the number 2 spot, challenging him, and Johnny Gallagher now up to 3rd. So Gallagher has busted through, and now the groups have joined each other. The riders coming from the back of the pack have caught the riders in the front, and this is classic GNCC racing. And, well, who better person to lead a classic GNCC affair than the champ? So the dam has busted now for Lenning. Gallagher, that's Balance's buddy, also a Yamaha man, in 2nd. Borich and McGill up to 3rd and 4th. And look at this pack. Good luck trying to figure out who's who and who's on the move. Yoakley on that Polaris. That's a great line that he used to get around our early leader, Lenning. And Balance extending it. Classic Bill Balance here. It's so good to see him back in form. But now he's got Borich going to try to run him down from 2nd. And Borich has been one heck of a tough customer this year. And I can tell you, there's no love lost between Borich and Balance. They have gone toe-to-toe. They've gone to the wall so many times in this championship. Borich would love to prevent Balance from getting into the winner's circle today. We'll have more, but now it's time for our Rocky Mountain Spotlight. When you choose Rocky Mountain ATV MC, you're choosing the best. Their customer is priority 1. They've grown and expanded to serve their customers and be the best in the off-road industry with fast shipping, the lowest prices, and second-to-none customer service. Here are just a few things to expect when you buy from Rocky Mountain ATV MC. First, quick and accurate shipping. Most orders ship same day and arrive on your doorstep within 2 to 4 business days. And to top it off, shipping is free on orders over $99 in the continental U.S. There's also no sales tax for customers outside of Utah. Match that with the lowest prices around. Rocky Mountain ATV MC is constantly on the prowl, checking the competition's pricing to make sure Rocky Mountain is the best value and your first choice. And of course, there's customer service with a smile. Rocky Mountain ATV MC is here to serve you. They take pride in putting their customers' questions and needs first. Get instructions and advice from their technicians by calling or going online and clicking the technical support chat. See online videos of products being installed and find service manuals to help you tackle your next project. When you buy from Rocky Mountain ATV MC, you have a lifetime technician in your corner. There's also a huge inventory of in-stock items. Rocky Mountain ATV MC carries all the popular name brands and stocks them in a large warehouse, so when you order, it's ready to go. And there's thousands of products. Rocky Mountain ATV MC carries thousands of parts ready to be your one-stop source, and new products are being added every day. So give Rocky Mountain ATV MC a try today by visiting their website. It's RockyMountainATVMC.com or call 1-800-272-6329 to request a free catalog. Back to the racing. Bill Balance out front here. Familiar territory. Loretta Lynn Ranch. Balance has won here time and time again, including last season. But now Chris Borge is alone and ready to make a charge. A well-done performance here by the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, to hold the rest of this snarling pack at bay. And look at this. Borge has caught Balance. And can we say it? Oh, Borge with his goggles off, so he's got a good view of Balance. But I want to announce it for the first time this year. The Killer Bees are back up front. Now McGill is back there in fourth. He doesn't want to let these guys go as Borge has now worked his way past Balance. Borge is not messing around. He has no sympathy for the old champ. He has wanted to beat Balance for this championship time and time again. They have battled wheel to wheel for it year in and year out. Borge wants to take advantage of his opportunities. You see him look over his left shoulder. He knows he has caught this entire field to take the lead from a horrible start. Needs a new fresh set of Scott goggles, and he just wants to extend this lead. No mercy for the man on the Rockstar Yoshimura Suzuki. But I would have to think that Balance and McGill are going to have something to say about this. We are only halfway through. Stay tuned. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, Yamaha, and by Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. Chris Borge into the pits. Hard-fought race for him already, and yes, they have a fresh set of goggles ready for him, and they're going to fill that fuel tank as well. And as you can see, Bill Balance is back there, but it's already a sizable gap. And they're going to wave Adam McGill through the FRE KTM pit, so that will put McGill into the number 2 spot. And Balance, who maintained the pace of McGill and Borge for the first half of the race at our last event, needs to try to stay with them in the second half today. Brian Cook in the Hauser Racing pits. Remember, Cook won a race earlier in the year. He is a savvy guy. He is a veteran, and he'll be there for the long haul. But right now, it's Borge. Yeah, all systems go. He's shaking his head, but look at this. That pit stop really paid off for McGill. He can see Borge now, so whatever Borge did to get away, McGill's going to study that. And there's your question mark on the number 1. Can Balance maintain the pace? He was not able to do it in the last 2 laps at our last race in South Carolina, but he gets stronger every time we drop the green flag. And it's Dwayne Johnson in 4th. Borge lighting it up. A lot of development. It was a tough season for him last year, taking what is essentially a motocross-based quad and turning it into a cross-country machine. Now Balance, he's got an all-new ride this year. He is the one doing the development. Who's got it right? We'll find out. First, highlights of our morning race. Morning race includes our 4x4 classes. There's Darryl Rath on 867 on that brand new Polaris Sportsman, battling with the Can-Ams. It has been nearly 5 years of domination for the Can-Am riders. Michael Swift on the 205 leading the limited class. He is undefeated thus far this year in that division. Majority of the field on Can-Ams, the 800s and also the 500s that run in the lights class have been hard to stop. Here's the 208. Cliff Beasley on a 500 in the lights class. Kevin Trantham on a Yamaha doing his best to keep him close. 276, Ken Roby. He switched to a Can-Am also. He's a former champion. And now we see our women's class coming through. Angel Atwell leading Tracy Checo. We got Jen Albright, Lexi Coulter all in the hunt. That class has been fun to watch this year, that women's class. But look at Swift on the move. And when we say it's limited class, you're not allowed to change much. Tires, wheels, skid plates, bumpers, that's about it. So that's a run what you brung type division. It's amazing how far these 4x4s have come. Back to the women's class, Checo and Albright. They're leaning on Atwell, who's leading the way. And that's Jessie Strawham there in the 820. First year out of the youth ranks, and she's learning a lot from the riders she idolizes. Yes, there's a lot of young girls that go to these races and watch riders like Atwell and Checo and Albright here, and they want to be just like them. Don't forget Kristen Atwell there in the number 4 spot. She's a fast one. Coulter, Mike Benson coming through in the 500, the orange quad. He's in the utility unlimited class. They're all putting pressure on the women to try to win the overall, but today there was no stopping Tracy Checo back in victory lane. That is Checo's first win this season. It has been tough for the Yamaha folks tuning that brand new 2009 machine. And they've got the bugs worked out of her bike, and let's see if they have it worked out of Balance's. He's in third, trying to keep McGill and Boric in sight. Good job on the rock. Dwayne Johnson in fourth. And Cook, another long run from the back of the pack for Cook. Brandon Summers, just outside of the top 5. And McGill is the new leader. So it has come together for McGill, and you see, wait a minute, that's Balance back there. So what happened to Boric? It's cross-country racing. We say anything can happen. And now Brian Cook, mistake in that little valley, but not enough to prevent him from taking the number 3 spot. And now we have a report. Chris Boric has broken a chain. So just like that, Boric, who came from way back to first, is out. A major shakeup, not only in the race, but in the series point standings. Will it fall in the direction of McGill, Balance, Cook, Summers? Who's going to take it? Stay with us. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, Yamaha, and by Honda Generators, the official generator of Racer TV. Adam McGill out front in the dry lake section. You see all those rocks get washed down into these valleys when it rains, but the conditions are perfect today for a one-on-one battle. McGill versus Balance, and Balance indeed is strong down the stretch this time, not letting his young charge get away. Great run by Brian Cook up to third, but I think just lost too much distance early. He's going to need a mistake from the front runners. Summers up to fourth, and they have pushed the rock now in the rocks back to fifth, but still a good run for the full privateer. Wow, Balance is right there. This is unbelievable. KTM rider to the side of the trail trying to encourage McGill. This is last year's scenario. Balance breathing down the neck of McGill down the stretch. They did not get to settle that one. McGill ran into electrical problems on the last lap and failed to finish. So it's a rematch here in 2009. And what can you say about Chris Boric going out with a broken chain? How many times have we seen Boric seize control of the races, seize control of the points, and then bad luck turns things back in the direction of Bill Balance, and that is what has happened today. Boric going to take a 0, and these guys are going to make up ground. 1 lap to go. Great racetrack, great weather, but McGill's going to have to stop. Remember, he skipped his pit early, and Bill Balance on the last lap in the lead. And Brian Cook right there to keep the pressure on. Oh, and that pit stop cost McGill. He's back to fourth, now behind Summers. So I didn't think Cook was going to have time to get back in this one, but he's right there. And Summers, who has come so close, but is yet to take his first career GNCC win, well, now he's up to second and has a great opportunity to get it. And now McGill up to third, so we've lost Cook. And the man from North Carolina must have made a mistake. You see him back there in fourth, dealing with some riders from other classes. So it's Summers putting the pressure on his Yamaha teammate Balance. And Cook has caught back up. 4 riders going for it in the last lap. You've got to love the racing we've had this year. It has been awesome. and they're almost going to take out our spotter's bike, but we're headed to the finish line, and Bill Balance, if he can just hang on through these corners, is going to get back into victory lane. Unbelievable. You cannot count Bill Balance out, and he wins at Loretta's. And look how close it was. Let's talk to the winners.
You know, like I say, you got to put yourself in a position to finish, to podium by the end of the race. And I feel like I was in a position to win the race, and just, you know, made some misjudgments on the pits, but you know what? We all make mistakes. We're not perfect, so let's just I guess, load up and go to the next Tennessee and hopefully get a victory there.
Man, how many times can McGill come close and be denied this year? You're right, we'll race in Tennessee next. He'll have another shot. Let's talk to Brandon Summers.
The race today went great. We've been struggling most of the year with the bike and everything. It's a new bike, just trying to get little things dialed in. But I think we got just about everything dialed in on it, and the thing's working great and really getting around the track good, cornering good, soaking things up. So I'm really excited for the rest of the year.
Have a look at the standings. Balance is 5th, but Borch lost a ton of points today. More bad luck like that, and the champ could be right back in it.
Yeah, it feels pretty good to come down to Loretta Lynn's. It's a little bit late in the season to start my run, but hey, this is where it happened last year, and we pulled out a championship. So hopefully coming here with a win today. Chris had some bad luck, so we made some points up there. Finished ahead of McGill, so we made some points up there. Just we got to keep doing this every race. It's a long season, and just keep putting the Yamaha out front. We're getting stronger, and it's good to finally get the Yamaha up and get another win after a couple podiums this year and such a rough start. But I'm getting healthier and looking forward to the next round.
But there's no doubt of his strength now. Look at this big pileup in turn 1. Tyler Lennick gets the early lead, and a lot of the contenders were way back in the pack. So Lennick, the kid, well, he put the hammer down early and tried to open it up with Dwayne Johnson, Balance, Ryan Lane, Chris Bithell, all in the hunt early. Balance would take the lead, but he would have company soon. Coming through the pack, riders like Borich and McGill and Brian Cook and Brandon Summers. And soon we were back to an old battle with the Killer Bees of Borich versus Balance until Borich's chain broke. McGill gambled, skipped the pit, took the lead. Balance kept the pressure on, and then when Borich had to pit late, that allowed Balance to take the lead. Then he held up with Cook, Summers, and the rest on his tail. And our Yamaha race recap ends like this. Bill Balance back in victory lane. More great action. It's been great all year. For everyone here, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.